All right, everyone. It is a big day if you are a superhero fan, especially live action fans. But Hero Scroll and Lou, we're going to be giving you instant reactions to the brand new Ironheart trailer that is dropping. It is the trailer no one is asking for, but guess what? We're going to give you our thoughts. Here we go.
Hello?
Well, they're pushing that.
Yeah, they should.
Yeah, agree.
For real?
Get out of there.
The director of Get Out.
In less than 3 minutes, the air in this elevator will no longer be breathable.
Oh, what is this?
Gregory, you'll suffocate and die unless you break into the device on the floor.
I don't want to work here
Find the
anymore.
gas mask. Good luck.
It's got to be the Hood's voice one, huh?
Probably. Got in.
I heard Riri Williams was a genius.
Yeah.
So you in or out?
All right.
Riri, I see you. I see you're fed up, waiting to be acknowledged for your greatness.
You are not the first genius at MIT.
Oh, my guy's back.
One of those
Wild
fancy
thing to
tech
say.
firms.
After my internship abroad, I want to build something undeniable. Something
Important.
Okay.
iconic.
It's a brand new
I can give you the tools to help you carry out your vision. But anyone who's ever accomplished anything iconic in life has had to do some questionable things to get it done.
Oh, okay.
What will you do, Riri?
You've bitten off a hell of a lot more than you can chew.
I could chew a lot.
That's sick looking.
I like the helmet. I like the face. It's like,
You know nothing about this man.
You're gonna end up dead or in jail.
This
They
is
still
so
confirmed?
much bigger than that.
That was clean.
This is wild. A shady bunker.
My bunker's not shady. Would a shady bunker have that on the wall?
It's literally above a crate of self-guided missiles.
I'm returning those.
That's funny.
All right. I
Not
can't lie.
bad.
Can't
Yeah.
lie. I'm impressed. I'm really impressed.
It feels like Miss Marvel-ish. It's like my gut. My gut a little bit higher than a Miss Marvel-ish kind of feel.
I was
Love
gonna
it.
say like Miss Marvel, but cooler.
But cooler. But I think Riri is just a cool character. Like she
Yeah.
she was cool in Wakanda Forever.
Yeah. Yeah. I really like her confidence in this. I like the fact that she's because I think a big thing that we see a lot of the times when we have like these younger characters, and it kind of happened in Hawkeye with Kate Bishop, it kind of happened with Miss Marvel, where she's like, or they're like, oh, I don't really know what I want, and like I want something more, but I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Riri's like, nah, I know I'm great. I know what I am, and I know I can do it.
Yeah.
I really like that.
No, I do too. I think it'll be a little switch up to your point of like it's not necessarily that coming of age story where it's, oh, I found my powers, who I am. Like we already saw that play out in Wakanda Forever. So I hope they don't touch that in this. But I do think this is kind of like, what kind of hero are you going to be in this world type of thing? And as she kind of, what are you dabbling in? And I think that's kind of the feel you got off of this is just like, what's one of the big things, especially MIT. You have the vision, but like you don't have the funding, you don't have the money, you're capable, but you just don't have the support. It's like,
which for her leans into very well with the story of Wakanda Forever, because typically we'll see the heroes like rise up and keep going, like leveling up and then get to a top. But she started at the top. Like she literally was able to make a suit in Wakanda.
Yeah.
So
it doesn't
she
get
knows-
much better.
Yeah, like
It doesn't get much better.
Yeah, at that point, it's like, where do you go from there?
Yeah. I listen. I think the big thing people were looking at is like, are we getting Mephisto confirmed? I know we kind of were like, is it right there? But the vibe I get from this definitely feels like it's going to be a lot more self-contained than I think maybe people are hoping for to make it feel like it's worthwhile to watch. Like, I listen. I wouldn't fault anyone if you want to let episodes stack and then watch it all at once or binge or kind of wait to see kind of what the vibe is and the feel. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
No, and honestly, I've always been a big proponent of binging shows, especially like if you know that's how your interest in them goes. Like you'd much rather watch them in one go than wait a week. And I think this might lend itself better. However, I do think that if the story is interesting enough and engaging enough, they can definitely make a weekly episode worthwhile, especially since we're getting a 3-episode premiere.
Yeah. I just wouldn't expect a greater MCU connection or story or expansion or anything like that.
Which is okay though.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
I really do think that's okay. Mainly because I think people know that for a while we probably weren't going to get anything out of that.
Yeah.
The one big question that I have though out of all of this, and hopefully maybe the show will answer that, probably not, or at least some interview or something will answer why they had to wait so long.
100%.
Because honestly, this doesn't look bad. This looks like, I genuinely feel like even pre the overhaul of like quality over quantity, this honestly looks like one of the ones that could have been a banger when they dropped it.
100%. And it does look like it fits right in that kind of like 2020, 2021 type of Disney Plus show, which those have visually aged pretty well to this point.
Yeah.
Especially coming off the heels of Daredevil Born Again. Like, that all feels pretty cohesive from a visual quality perspective for the most part. I'll be interested to see, though, how the fight and action scenes and flight, like, what is that going to look like? Will it cheapen it a little bit? But to your point, I think that is the biggest question, is like, why wait this long? So with the 3-episode premiere, I'm sure people are going to kind of ask those questions, or they're going to have to kind of talk about that. So we'll see, but I'll definitely check out the first 3. No question. No question. We'll make a decision after that.
Yeah, I think this is definitely one though that I see us liking pretty well. And for most of the talk online, a lot of people actually enjoyed what they saw. And I know we said it earlier, like as soon as the trailer started, but I'm glad in a way that they're marketing Ryan Coogler's name more.
Yeah.
Which I know is a cheap marketing tactic, but why wouldn't you when his name is so big currently?
Mm-hmm.
You absolutely in a way should.
Yeah. And we haven't seen this show. We don't know what it's really going to be. So like, if we go into it with an open mind and knowing that there are some really good names attached to this and they're willing to put their names on this project, for me, I think that's a boost to at least give it a chance. So for sure, most Marvel Disney Plus shows, it usually takes them about 3 episodes to get into their stride. Usually episode 3 is kind of that banger that switches gears. So for us to be able to kind of end on that, to catapult us into a following week, I think it's good. But obviously this is going to take us to the week before Fantastic Four?
Yeah, either week before or like right up to it.
So
yeah,
smart, but
yeah, which I mean, it'll be during Superman, I think, one of the last ones. So it'll be interesting, depending what they do, how the reception of the show is going to be later on.
Which is funny. I do want to say that I know the big thing going into this was like, why drop Ironheart to compete with Superman? Yeah, this ain't competing with Superman. And I don't think MCU's sitting there like with their fingers like, ooh, let's steal some views from Superman. Like, this is a blip on the radar for any DC fans, and for it to, be ongoing during Superman, I don't think that hurts this show. I don't think it helps this show. I think it just is at that point. They're two separate. They're just the only common ground that they have right now. They're superhero shows that are live action or movies.
Yeah.
Like that's it.
I really don't think Marvel cares about the whole competition. That's very much a fan thing, and they know it because this is a TV show and it's not a movie. So
yeah,
The
If
more
we had
action
lanterns
scene.
or something, I'd be like, okay,
Yeah. That at that point, that's when you start.
Yeah.
Or if this was like Fantastic Four versus Superman, like that,
Different.
yes, that is
Yes.
direct
for sure.
competition. But this is not.
No.
Not that it can't be. It's just not.
No.
Yeah.
But listen, we got a big day. We got a big day here. Superman trailer has dropped. So check out Point 3 Podcast here on YouTube, but also jump over to our social medias, mainly TikTok, to get our thoughts and drop your thoughts on it as well, because we may be looking at potentially the brand new golden age of live action comic book heroes, superhero shows and movies and all that kind of good stuff. So we'll catch y'all in the next one.